Hello and welcome to episode 22 of our Timberborn Update 6 Folktales playthrough here in cycle 32, day 6. Last time we made a lot more of the map green over here with the addition of some water dumps and some oak trees. And we are going to continue that today. We've got a bunch more stuff to do, but chief among our concerns remains greening up as much of the rest of the map as we can and continuing to improve our power situation, because right now we're making not quite twice what we need, but we need to have a lot more production because we have not started making any books or anything else that is kind of in the second half of the wood processing tech tree thing, whatever you want to call it. And we've got these 3 lumber mills going in, and we also have these 3 paper mills that have been paused almost this entire time. So we need to be generating a little bit more power, or at the very least we need to be able to store more power that can be used during droughts. So we kind of did some of that last time with the addition of some explosion down here. But we have plenty more to get to as they work their way around building these overhangs. That's what this is for, to put in another, I guess you could call it a tower for these things. But that's going to take a really long time to do. They still have not built all of these stairs here. So, like we do for a lot of our other projects, we're just going to kind of let this thing brew in the background and work on a few other things. For a couple episodes now, people have been asking, when are you going to do the other half of the map here? I'd like to see a waterfall coming off of this or something to that effect. So, why don't we do that today as part of what we're going to accomplish? We have this space right here. We take a look down here. This is kind of almost another natural outlet point if you take a look at how this is set up. We can go ahead and just put in sluices right here at the bottom, or we could do it at the top. We've got different options, and that would preserve the same flow that we have right now of this water coming out and going through here, or going through here, and we could just add another exit this way. Obviously, it would be shut during a bad tide because, well, actually, there wouldn't be any bad water in here anyway, so it could just shut off by not having enough water behind it to come through. That would require us to put sluices up here, but I really like the idea of having water come out this way and then going through this little natural river here, and then maybe we figure out how to only get the bad water to go off the back side of the map, like come up here and put a dam in, and then this whole area would be nice and clean. We could even dam up here all the way across and have a nice big lake if we felt like it. Now that is going to cause a lot of evaporation, but to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really care about that because we got plenty of water. We're not at a colony size where it's really going to matter that much. So I think we might as well just go for it. But of course, it's going to take time for everything to get built. And we are still very low on wood, so I hope you're not expecting to see a huge mega project finished today, because I don't think we're going to be able to do that. But we can try. We can do some stuff. We do have some trees that can be harvested here and here, even though these are just birches. And then there's also metal. There's another mine over here if we wanted to do that too. Our metal situation, I think for right now, is fine, but remember, we have the earth recultivator to worry about, and that's 1,500 metal blocks, 2,000 treated planks, and 2,000 gears. So there is a reason, yes, those of you who say, you have way too many gears, stop making so many gears. We need the gears. Trust me, it's going to be okay. We just have to start making more planks to keep up with the demand. It's going to be fine. We don't need to really be that worried about it. So we'll go ahead and kick this thing into high gear, let these guys do what they do best, and eventually come back here and put in some more gravity batteries, but that's going to take a little bit of time. So, like I said, we need to plan out where this is going to go. I like the idea of using the existing landscape as much as we can, so I would think this space right here would make good sense. We will have to detonate a little bit just to create a little channel. We could use the aqueducts, yes. But I think coming out of here would be a lot more interesting if we just kept it kind of natural. It doesn't have to be huge, but kept it natural going in here. And then, depending on how we want to do this other thing, we could have a water overpass. We could keep the bad water going through here, and we could have a good water overpass, or we could just say, no, we're just going to merge it in here, and then that's going to be that. But somebody else had a good idea, separate from the people that have been talking about a lot of this stuff. What if we had a bad water aqueduct that got it completely off the map? And there's a bunch of different places we could do this. But this right here, if we dammed up, might be a good chance to try that out, because this is up on top of a mountain right here. We could very easily just kind of well, not catapult, you can't actually fling something, but we could have this cantilever, that's the word I was looking for, over the side here, and then just have some sort of other disposal method or what have you, just shunt it way off the side, or we could possibly do a similar thing over here. So instead of polluting this whole thing, we could just have a bad water bypass above ground, like we did kind of in the live stream series. Just make a channel that's elevated all the way, maybe through here, maybe through this little channel here. Depends on how we want to do it. That's an idea that I could definitely get behind, and we could also, if we made a nice uniform channel, we could just put a bunch of these guys, like we did over here, with this exact same thing, except the water would be red instead of blue. Or whatever color this is. I guess you could make an argument that it's not really red, but it's, for all intents and purposes, it's red. We'll just roll with that. I'm not going to pull out the chart of like 800 different variations of shades of red. It's red. But I think that's a good long-term goal for us to do. We do still have plenty to get done in the series. We're not ending it right now, don't worry. I did see a couple people talking about, oh, make sure you do like lots of episodes of this. We're really enjoying it, and that we're not going to end it early. Well, we're not going to drag it out, but we're not going to end it early. We have at least, I don't know, at least 6 or 7 more probably. I'd try to keep these around 30 episodes or so. Roughly 30-ish, sometimes closer to 32 hours of gameplay. I think that's fine. So we can definitely wait and see what we're able to accomplish there. But I do think long-term, having a bad water aqueduct would be good, because then we could reclaim this with more good water that comes out of all of these other things. We could even route this kind of around here a little bit more. We got a bunch of options. There's so much stuff we can do. This is a big map, and we really have not done more than, I don't know, a third of it, if even. So, things to think about. But again, unfortunately, our state of logs is, shall we say, insufficient until these grow in. And we might get some of them this episode. Yeah, these are at 78%. We're going to have to keep our eye on things and see what we can do when the time comes. Now, I did see a comment talking about why didn't I put the trees up here. To be perfectly honest with you, I just forgot. So what I will do is I will unmark this tree for cutting. When this is harvested, we will put a staircase here, and then we will plant additional oak trees. We should be able to have this entire thing covered. And we know these guys can reach, so that's fine. Another thing that was brought up was that we have the lumberjack flags. We have 3 of them on each of these. And at least 1 or 2 of you think that's too many. And you might be right. You're probably right. So, especially since these are bots. Oh, I was also supposed to check and make sure that these were marked for bots, and they are. Yep, so we're all good there. But I appreciate you guys looking out to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Why don't we, since we don't have any other real storage except for right here, why don't we take out this middle lumberjack flag? Because, you know, the bots are going to be able to do a whole lot more than a biobeaver. Let's just take this guy out and pop in a small pile as I push the wrong WASD button to move my camera. But that would just be a very easy thing to pop in each of these. Save us a little bit of bot labor, and also maybe increase efficiency just a touch. So these guys don't have to go all over creation trying to figure out where to put their logs. And then this right here, of course, would still be a good supply. But these guys would be good to go just like this. Now, we also, if we're feeling saucy, maybe that's a cursed way to put it, but we could probably plant some more trees here. I would just have to figure out exactly where that would make sense to put another staircase. I mean, I could maybe do this. I think they can still reach. We can put a couple more here. But this is pretty steep and might not be worth us doing too much more in this regard here. So we'll try these stairs. We'll see how much that expands, because I know we do have plenty of opportunity to keep planting more things if we can make sense of our stair puzzle here. But again, there's so much going on. we can just leave this alone. I am going to keep the 3 lumberjacks here because this is a much larger area, at least in terms of the amount of trees that we can plant in total. And we want to make sure, especially once these are in, that we can get all of that. If it turns out that these guys are sitting here bored out of their minds, or I guess they're not because they're bots and they probably shouldn't care. If they're sitting there being underutilized, then we can get rid of one of these. But for right now, these trees haven't even grown yet, so it's not that big of a deal. I'll just come right back over to what we're doing here. Has this been placed? It has not, because the stairs are not in place, and the stairs are not in place because we don't have logs and we don't have planks. So, in seeing that, I will temporarily pause the gear workshops because we have 1,200 of them. Or 1,200 gears, not 1,200 gear workshops. And we should be saving some of these planks so we don't have to keep making so many planks. Well, they're going to keep making the same number of planks anyway, but considering where we are now, I think we are okay. The treated plank situation also probably needs to take a chill pill. So, we'll pause those guys just to try and let things get caught up. Outside of that, not really much more we can do, short of just, waiting for some of these trees to get harvested. But we can take a look at how this is going over here. I know it's a dark, so we can't really see much. But this is growing in quite nicely. As I predicted, the birch trees are going to kind of dominate everything. But it's not, there's a decent mix. Some of these are chestnut trees growing in. There's been some pines, a couple maples. So, you know what? I'll take it. There's even an oak seedling. So, that is A-okay by me. Of course, it's going to take so long to get done. But we can continue planning out how the water is going to flow down. I think 3 wide would make sense, and this is a natural depression right here. So why don't we try to promote that? I know we can't get to this yet, but we will. We'll make it happen. So this is 4 wide, but we can kind of channel it by doing a 3 wide here, here, here. This, I think, is probably okay as it is. We'll see how it flows. If we need to coax it to go one way or the other, we can certainly do that. But I believe that this is going to be a decent way to do this. So if we get rid of this bit right here, it should kind of naturally flow in, depending on how we have this laid out. Maybe right like so. Well, then that would also have to come out, and then... Well, now it's just kind of straight. We'll figure it out. We don't need to be losing too much sleep about it. I want it to look decent, Obviously, the stairs are going to be a problem for a while. But, again, we're theorizing here. We're thinking about plans while we wait for this to get unmessed up for us here. Just to make sure these aren't marked for... Okay, these are marked for cutting, and they're supposed to be. These are not, and they're not. Our maple syrup situation still hasn't really fixed itself, but we have plenty over here to harvest. But it looks like we're more interested in the pine resin currently. Alright, Conrad. Okay, you're sleeping. That's fine. But we're going to follow you around for a little bit. You're 72. Okay. Wow, 73 now. Beavers are living long. Alright. Okay, so you are in the middle of the maple forest getting some maple syrup for us. Very good. So we do know that works. Kind of alternating in between. We do need some more pine resin, so that is okay. Don't need to worry about that. How are we looking here? They still have not built... Yeah, they still haven't built these two. What is prioritized? Or is anything prioritized above that in terms of... Okay. We have all these platforms to make planks that we are currently still trying to build. That's where most of that is coming from. Not like it really matters, because I guess we can't really do anything until we get to a certain point. But oh yeah, they're you know what? For the benefit of everybody, I'm gonna pause I'm going to pause these two because we don't need to build anything on here yet. So that'll save us a little bit of grief here. The triple dynamite obviously can't get put in until this platform and the stairs are taken care of, and that's going to take a while. Obviously, they can't lay any of these dynamites down either, but that's going to work out pretty nicely. We just have to think about how much water we want down here. We can, if we really feel like it, we could make the water come all the way up to here. And we could just make this a huge, super deep lake. I don't know what you guys are wanting to see. If you want to see a big surface lake like we have over here, or if you want to see a bunch of stuff planted, which, well, honestly, we don't need to. But I don't know. I kind of like the idea of having a lot of surface water. I know it's going to evaporate, but it's normal mode. We have 9-day droughts. That's the absolute maximum. You're never going to evaporate a completely full 1 block high anything in 9 days. So I don't think that really needs to be something that we're going to be concerned about. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes that's just what happens. And we got a bad tide coming in, so I have no reason to believe anything is currently broken, but it's always good to check. Okay, this one shouldn't basically never close. Well, because I have it locked open. This one is set to close above contamination. This one's set to close above contamination. I don't have any more of them on this side, because I took those out in favor of just, you know, having that be straight levees all the way. And then, of course, if no bad water can get in here, then it really doesn't matter if these guys are set right. But they are. Why is this one closed and this one... Oh, no, okay, alright, it's fine. This is also set fine. And this here, we haven't really had to worry about. Not been an issue whatsoever. So that's good. Now, the tree situation here. 90%. Okay, so we still have a day or two. A couple days. Well, actually, technically, it should be 3 days if it's 90% of 30. Math is hard. Ooh, this does kind of bug me that this doesn't reach all the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plant these oaks. I know they can't plant them, but at least the ground will match. That is, that's going to help. Of course, everything over here hasn't grown either because this was done afterward. These are about 59, 58, 55, 63. This one probably should be the first. 73. That one says 68. Oh, okay. We're coming along. We're making it work, folks. Making it work. Now I see the plank numbers going up. More of this has been finished. Now we're just waiting on the logs, which are very slowly being harvested here. We are going to, at some point, need to expand this farm. And there's probably a couple places we could do it. We just have to make it work. And I think right here would also be fine. Obviously, they're not going to get to this for a while, but they should being the operative term, be able to plant a few more over here. Maybe not a ton, but they should be able to do a few more, judging by how far out this goes. Maybe get a couple planted here. That would be okay. And then... Oh, I could have just put this here. I guess we didn't need to do that, and they're using the planks on it anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. But every little bit counts, folks. Just got to make sure we can do what we got to do. You know what? I didn't need this staircase here if I had this. It's fine. Okay, so this guy has broken teeth. Do I still have a tooth sharpener, whatever the thing's called? Grindstone. You know what? I couldn't tell you. I guess we can check under well-being. There is one. And it is in a different district. Okay. I thought we had one over here. We might have, and I just got rid of it. So where can I pop this thing? Not going to fit there, obviously. I could put it there, or I could just say, you know what? We don't need to have so many lumberjacks here. We can instead just pop that guy right there. So we'll see what happens. Okay, this is not obviously not going to be powered because this one's not installed yet, and then this straight power shaft is not ready to go either. Now, why? Oh, okay, because they haven't put the paths in. I was wondering why they couldn't build that other thing. But now it's good to go. This will get built. We're cooking now, folks. We kind of got out of the log jail here. How are we looking at this? 97, very good. So tomorrow in game, this should be taken care of. This one's at 94, so it might not be till the day after, depending on how it goes. Just got to keep ourselves informed as to what's going on. And think about what else we've got to do here. Can't get materials, so the logs have already been allocated that we cannot use. They still haven't... I mean, they got some of this in. So, we might as well, since we're going to have a bad tide, might as well just let these get detonated. They're going to be able to come down in due time. But every little bit counts. That's the motto, at least. So these right here, this is going to be how... Okay, that looks like 2. Looks like a good 2 deep. So that's going to be nice. Ah! Come on. There we go. 3 right there. And then this here is should be 2 sets of 3. Reminds me of Phase 10. What a beautiful, horrible, cursed, amazing game Phase 10 is, if you don't know. It's like a card variant of Rummy that is crossed with Uno. Almost. In terms of competitive play to screw people over. Highly, highly recommend if you have the chance to play with family or friends, because you'll get mad, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll skip people, and you'll get absolutely hosed, but it's a good little game like that. So why is he building this? I paused that. Unless it was actually... No. Huh, okay, well now I have no idea what's going on. Did they build the tooth grindstone yet? No. It's waiting on... Okay, so they built the stairs first, I guess that's fine. Yeah, okay, good. Good. I can plant a bunch of trees here. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Just get this set ready to go. And I've got space for 2 more. Love to see that. And we'll add those to the cut list as well. Cool. Every little bit helps. So we should now see these... Yeah, they're growing in, which means it is time to get some of these unemployed bots on the job. Did I seriously not mark any of these? Oh, I did it this time, didn't I? Alright, that's, sheesh, that's kind of embarrassing, honestly. How could I forget? After all that time. Well, you know, we're getting it done. It's okay. Although I do have to admit my depth perception is quite poor looking straight down at this, so we'll have to exit the 3D mode, if you will. Or the 2D top-down. You know what? My brain has decided that today is an off day. More ways than one. There we go. That's going to work. Go ahead and mark this so I don't forget. And that's all she wrote. We got a bad tide coming in 4 days. Not a long one. But I cannot forget, since we already have this out, I've got to mark these for cutting while we are in here. Unmark all the paths, even if it doesn't really do anything. It's just nice to look at things. Why? Surely I didn't do it like this on purpose. Maybe I'm just going senile. Who knows? Just unmark the paths, and that one too. And then we can just mark all of these for cutting, so that way we don't have to worry about it ever again. Nope, get out of here. There you go, thank you. Oh, I should check. Alright, that works. That was worth putting in. That'll help us out considerably. So those will get marked for cutting. These will get marked for cutting. Those will get marked. These will get marked. These will get marked. And those. Get rid of that. We got a little bit more to do here. Beautiful. That, friends, is a big improvement. Big improvement. Now all they have to do is cut these, well, this one tree down. Look at that. We're already up to almost 500 logs just because we, you know, kind of figured it out. Just a little bit. So, let's do... I think they can reach all of that there, and then to get over to this side, all I've got to do is just use my stairs. Depending on how we want to do this, I think we could get a little bit more creative here. See, this blockage doesn't need to be here. We can go ahead and get rid of all of these. It's not ever going to flow back this way, just because of how physics works. I say as someone who has not taken a physics class in a really long time, but I'm pretty sure gravity should work the same way. That'll give us a chance to put a staircase here, and then bring our pathway down the inside, and then maybe just for the benefit of, you know, how in the world did... All right. Buttercutter, just a human being. You got some questions to answer for yourself here. First of all, how did you... Well, once the stairs are in place, they can come off it. It's just... That's honestly... Wait, hold on. Hey, can you move? I gotta demolish this land real quick. Okay, cool. Oh, I love it when stupid things happen that aren't actually problems. That's taken care of. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's like little stairs. That's going to look pretty sweet. Then this staircase here, I'm going to remove and relocate elsewhere. Honestly, do we even need one there? Other question, do we want to put... you know what? Yeah. Let's see. So that would be a 4 and a 3, I think, to get this properly set off. You know, we might as well have a shortcut here. Should be okay. Is this ready to... Ooh, it is. Beautiful. All right, all right. So now this is... the same level as right there. Oh, this bit I don't need to go down anymore. I was wondering why I hadn't done that before, and the reason was because I didn't need to. This... Oh wait, no, I absolutely did. I'm stupid. This needs to go all the way down just for the gravity battery, so we will just quietly put that back in. But this piece here is not going to have to be that way. So that is a triple, and then a double, and then a 2 by... Nope. I was incorrect. Imagine that, huh? Now why did I... Oh, okay. There's really no reason for me to do this, but since it matches, and you guys know how much I love stuff that matches. We'll just, we'll just do that. Okay, so that is 3 up. We couldn't go straight up here unless we, do I even need to have these berries here? I probably don't. Let's see, that's set up just fine there. If we, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that because of the berries. Well, Mr. Berry, it's time for you to not be there. We'll just keep this smart and just have this set up like so. And then we'll go across the way here. I'll see, was that got to be a 4 high? So that'll go there. If I did a 6, yeah, that's not quite exactly what we want. A 4 and then a 3 is probably about as good as we're going to get. And, but the problem with that is the 4 has At least as far as I remember, the 4 has metal and the 3 does not. Or I could just be completely insane, which is entirely possible. But we will just go ahead and, you know, leave this as it is. If it's ugly and you guys really hate it, then maybe I can redo it. But for right now, I believe it's better to just have something that is passable. That'll work quite nicely there. Let's get these out of here. I do think it's interesting how this is still contaminated. I don't know if we were to put these contamination barriers underwater, if they would work. I know they won't work if I put them, say, here. That's obviously going to do nothing. But if they're in clean water, would they let the contamination through? You know what? Let's just try it. They're not that expensive to build. We can give it a shot, see if it helps. If it does, then I'm going to put them in because I hate looking at those red tendrils everywhere when they're not actually, you know, impacting anything. Why do I get the feeling I'm forgetting something important? Well, anyway. This is set, ready to go. Now I can put in triple, 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 double. That guy right there, and then 2 4x1 overhangs. This will complete the underlayment for our next set of gravity batteries. These guys, I'm glad we have wood and we have the planks now, because this is going to be a task to build all these. But we'll just line this whole thing with the gravity batteries, and that will double our capacity during the droughts. And then all we have to do is change this into a T section. Actually, you know what? You know what we have the ability to do? We can get rid of this hideous ugliness here for the most part once this whole thing is completely done. And we can come around the outside on this side with a nice bit of these guys over here, because they can build up from underneath, so you know it's not going to be a problem. And then this can go away. Obviously, it's still going to have to connect on some side. But we can work on eliminating some of the ugly on this side. These guys don't have to look at it. They got plenty of other stuff to do. We just need to make sure that we are doing what we can on this side. And not making things that look too terribly ugly. Now, why... You know, why did I... not my finest bit of mental math here to calculate the height I needed. So I guess these can be triple, or not triple, wow, singles. And then when this comes down, I think, yeah, this is going to have to be, this whole bit here is going to just have to be as low as possible. So we'll triples with these guys, then of course this entire thing has to come down. But in the interest of keeping things congruent here, yeah, this whole bit, no matter what, underneath all this, can definitely become triple dynamited. Nice and easy, and then, of course, the rest of this here can go down. Why in the world? Okay, never mind. That's because this wasn't built yet. Alright, I don't need to be upset about it. We'll just move on. This is waiting on... Wait, what do you mean it's too far from it? Seriously? How did I... Okay. Oh, it's because the barriers were here. Blockages, whatever it's called now. And that's why that did not transfer. Good to know. Well, at any rate, this has grown in and is being cut and is being replanted. This still has not been cut down. Well, you know, okay. They'll get to it eventually. These trees should also start growing in soon. These are at 96%. I got extra bots doing nothing, so I might as well just go ahead and get these guys over here. Give them something to do. And I've got some more trees to plant. Where did that reach all the way down to here? Okay, I got 2 more. Click, thank you. Make sure that's taken care of. And I don't think there's anywhere else we forgot. It was just that one little bit. This looks so nice. We're going to keep going with it, don't worry. Like I said, this stuff takes time. We have a lot that still needs to get done. And we don't need to be super stressing about it. Just got to know that eventually it's going to have to get done. So this is going to go in place here. I'm pretty sure I can safely at this point, not that one, get rid of this. And, well, I guess, yeah, well, I already clicked on it. Wow, he teleported. That was cool. So that's gone. This is already empty. That's fine. This has been disconnected because this platform is not in place, but they'll continue building it. No worries there. This bit has to continue to be placed in. I am kind of concerned that maybe the water won't all just cascade nicely down here because of this. But we can always add dirt blocks here if we have to when we get into terraforming at some point in the future. This is going to be, when this detonates down here, I'm not exactly sure what this is going to end up looking like. I need to put one more, I think one more here. That should hopefully work and look nice. We'll see. We got some time. We'll get it figured out. Not really going to be that worried about it. I did mark these for cutting, right? Yes. We're good to go. And I still have 730 something gears. These gear workshops are running. They are not automated though, so let's take a second to do that. Yeah. Now I believe we're in a stable enough position where I can turn the gears back on. Remember, we do still need to make those so we can have our monuments later. But it was getting just a touch ridiculous. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Prioritize that. I'm tired of looking at that. They're not going to be able to reach all of this unless I have a staircase to get over there. Yeah, because they're only going to be able to do these, maybe these 5. That might actually be it. Well, you know what? We don't need this to be here. But, they can place that one. They can't place this. So, you know what? Let's just start out with this. And if we need to expand it, they can come in from the ground and do it later. Because I kind of want to just go just like that. And we'll see what happens. But now that it is a actual cycle, it's going to be a little bit harder for us to put sluices in here. At the top, obviously, we have not used the floodgates at all this entire playthrough. But the reason I haven't used them is because you can't build on top of them. And I like the idea that the sluices are available to dispense water when we want to. And you can build on top of them. So that still needs an explosive there. Do I really just have this? Okay, I got this one lumberjack here and I got this one lumberjack here. Maybe we need another one on the outside. In fact, I'll do that. That would make sense. Everything's looking pretty good. This, of course, is still taking a really long time. I guess now that we have all of our other pieces, I can unpause these and they can get to work on all of that stuff. Now, we don't have to wait for the ground to be blasted out to keep building gravity batteries. I just like everything to be congruent, if at all possible. Still have 6 unemployed bots. What have we not converted over here? Oh, the refinery. Seriously? Alright, let's do that immediately. That should have already been done. Now I have 7 open spots, so guess what that means? Well, I'll go up to 36, because that's a nice even number. And then that does leave us with one unfulfilled job, but we'll keep adding more to the roster here, and we'll get everything taken care of. So far, looking really good. Okay, let's set this off. So, if I can... Do I even need to blast anything out in the center here, or do I just want to let this splay out like it will? Let's do that. Let's do that. Just come grab these little bits and pieces. I'll have to herd them accordingly. There we go. Problem solved. I want to see what this is going to look like before we do any more terraforming, because I know some people don't really want to see a whole lot of stuff blown up. They'd rather see work with the landscape. I feel like this was warranted, though. So, we have sluice gates take all those pieces, which we have. Let's go ahead, set 3 in here. We're going to start with just 1 removed and see how that looks. And that, see, that's not going to channel quite right. So we will need to continue excavating. But we do know now that this works. We can probably just get by with 1, to be perfectly honest with you, if it is a sluice gate. So I will leave that in place. And then I believe it will be warranted to just put a little tiny channel in here. Just to try and focus the water as it falls through so it doesn't spill absolutely everywhere. But if that does end up being a viable thing that we've done, then we're going to be in really good shape to green up a whole lot more land. Obviously, this needs to be dealt with. Looking at the recording timer, that we're not going to have time for that today, but could be a fun goal for the next episode, next couple episodes, to get over here and either cap all this. We have the bad water domes that will completely seal it, or we can put bad water rigs. We can also do that over here, but making power is good. I think we're just going to leave this like it is. At least for now. Alright, so I see those ready. And just like that, folks, you know what? I do wish it was a little bit more centralized here, but for right now, I can live with this. We obviously want to kind of corral it a little bit more, but that is an improvement. Just need to make sure this gets set to. I don't care about downstream depth. This is Oh, maybe I do care about downstream depth. No, because this is always going to be like, what can I get away with here? Well, this is now set to 0.05 and it says closed. But it's not closed because water's still coming out of it. So how does that work? Huh. Well, now it's open. Well, if I set it really, really, really low, maybe it'll just trickle. It'll alternate. Because we do want this to fill up at some point, but as of right now, it's not strictly speaking a requirement. We got different things we can do with this. If you have an idea of what we should do to improve this, or if you think I did a stupid by doing it this way, please always let me know. I always read the comments. I can't respond to everybody. Sometimes can't respond to any, but I do always read, and I try to keep track of what you guys are wanting to see as best as I can. Now, what are we waiting on here? Actually, it looks like that's just about good to go. That, of course, going all the way down because it needs to. This going all the way down because it needs to. That going down because it needs to match. These need to match. How am I this bad at math? Honestly. Well, I can do singles on this, that's fine. And then this on this side. Good, that's all the way down. And that is actually, should be a, no, that's 5? Really? That's 5 down? Okay. Well. We will have to get that blasted down then, won't we? This is connected now, so these are active. These gravity batteries are active. We just need to get the rest of this taken care of. What do you mean it's too far from a district? Do I not have... Oh. Okay, yep, that's my fault. I did not have paths hooked up adequately to get over here. So that, I guess that's why that happened. The rest of this needs to come along this side. And we need to get these put in as well. Of course, they can't reach this yet because the thing isn't constructed. But we're making good progress on this. who knows? Maybe by the end of the episode we'll have all of these other gravity batteries put in. Gotta build everything else, though. It's a process. So this is now much more restrained in how much it lets out. I do think it's funny that it is effectively just trickling because of how I set the depth here. It just seems to be kind of waffling between open and closed constantly. Which, it does provide a nice little visual effect here. Because I know this, we're just, at this point, just wasting water. But, once we have everything else set up over here, this is actually going to be going out at all times, pretty much. For right now, though, it looks pretty cool. Everything else is improving. I think, yeah, we got 1,200 of these planks here. That's good. Fountain of Joy needs to be placed in a basin of water. And we'll need to have one for each district, probably. How do we still not have maple syrup? Am I really going to have to plant that many more maple trees? That seems kind of ridiculous, to be perfectly honest with you. So this can't plant anymore here. Man, what am I going to do about that? I truthfully could not tell you. But as far as everything else is concerned, I think we're looking pretty good. Yeah, we're doing this here. I need to put the stairs in to go to the top. And then, you know, we might actually be at a pretty good stopping place. I wanted to get some more gravity batteries put in, but I guess they're still waiting on a couple materials. Actually, that one just finished. So we'll get that taken care of. These are all ready to go. Yep. Ah, these three weren't, but that's all right. We're not short on the dynamite or the extract, so this is just a problem of they haven't come and done it yet. That'll be fine. We'll get this all taken care of in time. I'm sure the builders have plenty of other things they would like to be doing at this moment. But now that they can start doing this, I guess we could just park here while we do our end of episode debrief. I know it's a little shorter than it normally is, but there's no sense in dragging it on if we're just waiting for stuff to get built. So we can fill some of that time by talking about what's going to be next and opening the next episode as well. So we're not just sitting here wasting any of our energy here. But like I said, this is progressing nicely. Next episode we'll continue with this, of course. And if you have ideas for our new waterfall outflow area, please do post those. I do always read the comments, like I said earlier. And I would love to incorporate some more of your ideas in here. So please don't be shy. Just let me know what you think about that. And then we'll see what happens when we get into that on Monday's video. Outside of that, of course, always want to make sure we acknowledge the Beard Boosters for their contributions, making it possible to keep doing these long series until we can get all the way to the end. So those folks truly do make it possible, and so do you, even if you're not on that list. Just by being here and engaging with the videos, it helps the YouTube algorithm send them out to more people, which means more people can watch, which means more people can participate, and we can have a good time together. That's always fun. So I appreciate you being here for that. And, of course, we'll welcome you whenever you want to come watch these videos, whether it's the beavers, the other beavers, the polar beavers, the penguins, or the, I guess some of you are calling them the raccoon beavers, the prisoner people. Those series are almost done. United Penguin Kingdom and Prison Architect will be both ending in the month of August, and they will be replaced with some new stuff. And I know you guys are really itching to see some of these other games. I've been taking suggestions informally, but I am going to put out a survey for the fall on what you guys want to see for videos and streams. Streaming schedule also is going to change as I get into my other obligations as fall rolls around. But regardless, there's a lot of fun stuff for us to get into, and I would love to have you join us for that. But that's all the time we have for today. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.